Well, hello again. Here I am with another yes or no issue. This time a pretty controversial one, as so many of mine are. The question is this: should I listen to the music of Richard Wagner? Well, this question, of course, is almost uh, a proxy for anti-Semitism, yay or nay. The fact is that, unfortunately, Wagner was both a musical genius and a great composer, and at the same time, a virulent anti Semite. So, as we listen to and consider his music, we have to consider that. In this case, I'm going to start with the no group. That is, people who say no, we shouldn't listen to his music. First reason, I suppose, is the most obvious one, which is for some people, especially for Jews, particularly for people who have had families who suffered during the Second World War, the idea of even attending a Wagner opera would be unacceptable. His favoritism of anti-Semites, his condemnation of even composers as brilliant as Mendelssohn, who actually helped him, it is just awful. And I can't really bring myself to support anyone who would behave that way toward Jews. If he were still around now, he'd be just as bad. If he'd been around during the war, he probably would have supported the Holocaust. Hitler certainly loved his music. What an endorsement that is. Second, apart from the ideology, it's very difficult for me even to listen to his music because of its associations. I get this sort of squirmy, uncomfortable feeling that I'm listening to something pretty dreadful, and I don't want to feel dismayed and uncomfortable when I'm listening to music, which is an important part of my life and a wonderful way to spend an hour or two. Number three, another answer is some people just don't like the music. They find it ponderous, certainly overly long. The ring cycle takes 17 hours to perform. The final sections of many of his pieces of music just seem to go on and on forever. So some people just don't like him. Well, on the positive side, those who would say, yes, we should listen to the music of Wagner. They are, interestingly, divided into three fairly distinct groups. The first, unfortunately, are those who are probably anti-Semitic themselves. That person would say, I couldn't care less if Wagner was an anti-Semite, and in fact, I think that is really a strength of his, because I don't like Jews like Weinstein and Epstein and Maxwell and all those sorts of people. I think the world would be just as well rid of them, and for that reason, not only is the fact of his associations for some unpleasant, it means nothing to me. Another entirely different view is, uncomfortable as it may be, his music is wonderful. It's thrilling. It just carries you away. Who, after listening to it for a bit, could not be carried away by that amazing E-flat major chord that begins Das Rheingold, or the Pilgrim's Chorus from Tannhäuser, or the Liebestod love song at the end of Tristan und Isolde. Well, the music is almost in a class by itself. He, in many respects, invented a new category of music for which we should be eternally grateful, and his mastery of his work outweighs any other consideration. Another group, completely different, are those who seek to kind of reconcile things with his music. A fine example of that is the virtuoso pianist and conductor Daniel Barenboim, himself Jewish from Argentina. Barenboim has become famous for conducting Wagner and even doing so in Israel, and doing so with an orchestra that combines musicians from both Israeli and Palestinian provenance. So there again is a reason to, as it were, favor the performance of Wagner's music. Well, what is my take? I guess my take is rather aligned with the second answer above. I'm not an anti-Semite, and in fact I abhor that kind of behavior. But at the same time, I'm engrossed by his music. My wife and I have attended ring cycles, 17 hours of opera everywhere, 4 of them in Germany itself, and been thrilled by it. We attended one in the Festspielhaus in Bayreuth in Germany, which was Wagner's construction and pride and joy, a place that Hitler often visited, so he could listen to Wagner, by the way. But we noted when we were there that there is a whole series of memorial stones to the musicians that were Jewish and were prevented from performing at Bayreuth. So it's a kind of an apology. So there's a bit of a cleansing going on there, which at least is something. So I guess my take is, although there are sad associations, I still love to listen to the music and will continue to do so indefinitely. So there it is. It's a tough subject, really tough subject, but I hope it's been of some use and even in some cases some comfort to you. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please give me a like if you liked it, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and again, thanks for watching. See you with the next one. Bye-bye.